I don't think it's that important because in our second game, we also give it. And I was
Yeah.
like, sure, you want to push away? I'm out of here. So,
Yeah,
but I wouldn't lose as much.
But you started topside
Yeah,
instead,
so
I
that's why it
can't.
wasn't
But
that
I
bad.
can't actually invade your second buff after.
Yeah,
so
that's why I say it's not as bad.
it's like a little bit RNG on it, honestly. But I feel like it spawns bot like 90%.
Yeah, say,
I've
I
never
always feel
seen
like it spawns
I don't
bot.
know.
Yeah,
It's always
that's it.
bottom lane.
Yeah.
Welcome to this week's episode of Pros. I'm Emily. I'm happy to be joined by Cryogen, Josedeodo, and Contractz after week 2 of Lock In. So thank you all for joining me. Thank you for being here.
Of course.
I do have to start with Team Liquid, just because I think some people, not me, but some people in the community, I guess lost a little faith in TL in terms of after the C9 loss. So I'll start with you first, Jose. Like, talk to me about your prep going into this week, and was week 1 just a fluke for you guys?
I don't necessarily think it's a fluke. I mean, we didn't have too much time to cover the mistakes we had with Morgan in 2 days, and it showed, of course. We weren't like really prepared of what C9 could do, and a lot of our mistakes were like in fights, and I think that's what C9 does the best, at least from what I seen yesterday too. So I don't think it was like something really bad for us because it showed us that we can improve in a lot of stuff. Even in scrims we were doing good with the subs too. But I also thought like we needed to adapt to play with Morgan. And of course, it's not going to happen in 2 days. Even if we play the Kespa, I think a lot of the stuff changed because of the meta and stuff. So I don't know. I think we needed some time to adapt. And myself, I needed to improve in fights in certain scenarios. And yeah, we just improving that stuff for this week at least. So.
What's it been like for, I'll start with you, Cryogen. Like, what's it been like facing TL and scrims? Because every pro I've talked to is just like, TL is absolutely beast mode in scrims. So like, were you surprised when they lost to C9 or surprised at the bounce back this week?
Yeah, TL's pretty good in scrims. I mean, when we play against them, it's definitely good scrims. But I wouldn't say we're getting completely blasted every game. I think it's pretty like competitive, I'd say. But for the C9 match, honestly, I didn't really know too much about C9, but I kind of expected them to be good. Because initially we didn't end up scrimming C9 at first, so we didn't really know how good they would be. But we had like an estimate of how good they would be, I guess. But we definitely expected the games to be closer for sure against them. Yeah.
And then Contractz for you, just having faced them, like going into this game, did their loss in week 1 tell you guys anything going into this match?
No, honestly, I thought they just didn't show up on the day, to be honest. But having scrimmed them like a few times throughout the last like month or so, I mean, we knew what they were capable of, and like they're a really strong team. And I think for us, what we struggle with against TL or C9 and all the top half teams is that they do a lot of the small details really well. Not a lot of like wasted movement, and just the fine tuning is what they excel at relative to the bottom teams. So that's just stuff that we have to continue to work on and improve on, because definitely we lack in that regard for sure.
Was there? I just realized you faced both of these guys right in your first few games. Was there anything specific that you can think of that either of their teams did that you feel like Shopify has to work on?
In terms of specifics for the fine details, I just like how they utilize their move timers, how they get vision together, the way they do their lane assignments, and just all those like small details. I think as a team we have a lot of wasted movement. Maybe we're 5 seconds late to a play, so then that play's not a play anymore. And then since we wasted time here, now they have tempo on the other side of the map. Just like fine tuning all those small map movements, I think is going to be crucial for our improvement.
What do you guys think? And give Contractz some advice on it.
I don't like giving too much feedback to other teams, but I don't know. I think every team has like their own battle, sorta, and they always know what they need to improve. So I don't think us giving them feedback will help them that much.
Oh, it
So,
would help us a lot, I think. Go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah, I mean, for me, it's easy. Core just comes to my PC and he's like, reviewing this, you should do this, and it's like so much easier. So I don't know. They need Core maybe in their team. I don't know.
Or JJ life hack. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I'm not sure. I think, ooh, what? Because my first LCS match was against Shopify, so
Yeah.
I was like pretty nervous against them. So honestly, I don't remember much of what happened in that game because it was kind of like it's just like blank now to me.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure. I mean, I think, yeah, what Jose said. I don't like giving feedback to him.
Nice.
That's funny.
I do have to ask, since you said, because I'm always curious about how much you retain from like an actual competitive match.
Mhm.
Like, what does stand out to you, either in a win or a loss, or does it just immediately like vacate your brain once you're off stage?
I mean, usually for me, like if like win or lose, what usually stands out is like I guess like the mistakes I make in game more than anything else. But if like a lot of the times if I'm like pointing something out or like if I notice something on an enemy team, it'd be just I guess like mainly I'm just focused on like their bot lane, how good their bot lane usually is. Yeah.
Since these are your first 2 weeks, what has stuck out the most to you? Your first 2 weeks of LCS after jumping up from amateur.
What can I say that's not BM? I mean, uh, I
yeah,
mean,
you can be BM. That's
no,
fine.
no, no, I don't wanna- see if Griffin was here, he would have a lot of things to say.
Yeah.
But let me think. What stood out to me a lot was I guess like the top teams like C9, like in my opinion C9, TL, and Lyon are pretty good. So what stuck out to me about them is I guess what Contractz said too. Like they do a lot of the fine things really well, or like the small things really well. And they're really. It seems like they're like really, or C9 at least is really like connected on
Mm.
like what they do. Because I guess they've been playing with each other for a long time. But I guess like for supports at least, I can tell that like the top supports I'd say are like Core and Vulcan are like probably top two. So with them they have a lot of intent behind like the things they do, for sure.
Do you guys, out of curiosity, since you both had your debuts like way before, do you remember anything from your initial debut, or is it just all like?
Yeah,
Because we actually rewatched yours
I
earlier
remember my
today.
debut
Contractz.
pretty vividly. Not gonna lie. Yeah, I was Lee Sin in game. No, I was Kha'Zix in game one.
Yeah,
Lee Sin in
and
game
then Lee
two.
Sin game 2.
Yeah, and I remember the Lee Sin game. I just camped the hell out of Bjergsen like over and over again. It was like the meta of like Malzahar support, I think, and Kha'Zix was like first pick at the time, and it was like super overtuned Kha'Zix. So
Was that 2017?
17. Yeah.
Oh,
Mm.
yeah. I think I played 2018. I was playing Zac against Hafnet. Yeah, I remember the games. I remember most of the details. I don't know if I remember exactly the game, but I remember small details. I just remember going in. I think it was the Zac that will drag you in
Yeah.
Oh
with
yeah.
the ulti, and it
Yeah.
was so
Yeah,
OP. But
that
I
was
think they
OP.
leave it because they thought I wouldn't play it. So
You were a carry guy, no?
yeah, I was. I mean, I wasn't nervous. I was more nervous the second game that I remember. I played Camille first time jungle. I didn't know what he did. My coach told me, "You're not gonna play it," and then he said, "Okay, there is a small chance you play it," and I was like, "Sure, give it to me." You know, my second game as a rookie and against the best team in the league, so I was like, "Sure," and we won. I don't even know how, but yeah, I remember the games. I stole Baron too.
Okay.
I remember more
That's
the
sick.
second than the first one. Yeah, so I have a good memory for games. Even right now, I'm like thinking if I think about the game we play, like I remember.
Yeah, I remember
more
a
of the
lot as
details.
well. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'll bring it back to current LCS. Thank you though. That was great. Is C9, because obviously we just got done talking about TL. Quid was on. He says you guys are still the best team. C9 currently, along with Flyquest or Chuno. So do you guys agree with kind of community sentiment that C9 is the best team right now? Or is there a lot of discussion around that to be had?
I think on stage they look the most connected and like
Okay.
fluid. I have like scrim data though, so definitely still think TL is quite stronger in terms of how they play the map. but I think C9 is definitely pretty good.
I mean, for me, it's similar to. I mean, it's kind of hard to speak about standings because you can get like weird matchups in this format. So you can be. I don't want to disrespect Fly because I think they play well too. But if you can get 4-0, maybe you play bad teams too. Or you get lucky and you get an easier draw, then I don't know. Maybe we get C9 and then somebody that lost to is a good team and we can get them too. So I don't necessarily think it's like for format, but I think C9 is good. I think the way they play is like very annoying in stage because they play like they don't care about anything and they just send it. So that's the most annoying teams in stage, especially even if it is like a bad play, if they just all go in, it will look good. So yeah, I think that's why they look the best. But I think for me, watching scrims and how we improve day by day, I think we could be better than them. So
I mean, I think, yeah, I'd say C9 is pretty good, but in terms of like best team, I think if there was a best team, it wouldn't be like by a large margin.
Okay.
I feel like the top teams at least, and honestly, I think a lot of the teams like this split are pretty close in skills to each other. I don't think there's like a really big standout overall. Maybe besides like from the bottom teams for sure. Yeah.
It's funny because Griffin was hanging out watching their series with us for a bit, and he said he was talking to us about your performance again today, not your specific performance, but the team performance, and he basically said it's good that you guys lost that game because he felt like all of you needed to be humbled. Do you agree with your own jungler?
I think he needs to be humbled actually.
Yeah.
Of everyone.
True.
I remember legit like before our debut match against SR, he tweeted about contracts being masters or something in Korea. And I was just
I
like,
saw that, yeah.
I was just like,
Fine,
he's
man.
like, should I tweet this? I was like, dude, sure, why
I'll
not?
say I was master tier when I beat G2 at Worlds. That's all I'm saying. In Korea.
But I mean, yeah, I agree with him in terms of us being having to be humble. You know, I think losses are bound to happen, so it's pretty nice experience about that.
Low key, I wanted to be the one to humble him though. I wanted to do it. I was so close in the Malphite game until I trolled the whole game. I outsmited him at 6. Sorry, Crab.
Yeah, that's funny because he brought that up, and then when Jose said, "Oh, they just full send it," but as long as they're together, it's good. That's also kind of what I think of your team, right? It's because you guys will full send it, but you seem like, in my opinion, again from an outsider perspective, knowing how little time you guys have had together as a unit, you seem like surprisingly on the same page to me.
Yeah, I'd say it's definitely one of the things we're working on is trying to be more connected together. And obviously, at times we can have some lack of discipline at times for sure. But I mean, I think most of the time we're pretty connected and we're on the same page about things. And a lot of the times, I think what we do, like decision-wise, makes sense. But there's always those times where we, can have a bit more discipline for sure. Yeah.
It's now Shopify time.
Oh, baby.
I guess what do you already kind of touched on the little things that you think top teams in the league do, but looking inward, what do you think your team has to improve on the most?
To be honest, this week we had our strongest week of practice, probably the whole year so far. So our coaches just kind of reiterated that like just kind of stay on the path. It's still only January, and even if we don't make the international this split, there's still a big, long year to go. And yeah, I mean, it's just all about the journey and the path to where we want to be. It's pretty much just stay on the path is basically what the whole goal and mindset is for us here.
What's it been like? Because you didn't change much on your lineup. It's just Zinni coming in. So what's it been like trying to integrate him onto the team?
Yeah, it's been challenging. For me personally, I feel like my strongest skill set has always been communication in terms of getting my teammates on the same page and like clearly saying the information and making a plan based on the information. But with a language barrier, it's a lot harder for me to relay everything that I want to while making sure he understands it as well. So the first month or so is definitely super hard regarding that. And it's still a challenge and we're working on it. His English has improved a lot since he first came, and we first did our Korean boot camp about in December. I mean, he's super hardworking. I think he has the talent and the mindset to be great in this league and be a great international player as well. He's just very hardworking. He's very dedicated to the game. He talks about League nonstop. He's always showing us VODs and things to improve on and what he wants to play and practice. So I think he has all he has the skill set to succeed, and it's just about integrating him over time. And I think hopefully he has a quit arc. I know he can do it.
Yeah, I mean, Quid was talking about that earlier. Jose, you've kind of been on both sides where you've joined a team, and then you've also been on a team where you're adding a player. So what is that like, kind of integrating someone onto the team, and what's it been like integrating onto TL?
I mean, for Liquid, I think it's way easier to adapt. I think mostly because Core is too welcoming to other players and how he approaches every situation and how to, I don't know, just being on like be more friendly, trying to approach each other, even if like sometimes they speak Korean, they say, "Oh guys, Jose doesn't speak Korean, so try to speak English," and things like that. You know, that's. I mean, it's been kind of easy for me compared to when I was in Fly. Mainly because of COVID, I think it was hard to connect with players, and for me being from somewhere else, it was like very sad. I mean, especially when you join a different region and different people that you don't know, it's kind of hard to connect with other people. So I don't blame many players because I think the situation was different. I think I was at my apartment alone. And I was like, what am I supposed to do? Just play League all day, jailed in my room? But compare now, it's like way different. I think everyone stays in the office very late. Everyone is playing with each other. We speak, even when we were in December in Korea too. The approach they had to the game is like way different. Like we speak about the game all day, and we see everyone the same play. We see like how we can improve, and it's like way more connection with each other. Even if there is like obviously a language barrier, we can always fix it. Like I don't know, Core translates to Morgan, or Morgan looks to the translator and stuff like that. It's like a lot of dedication to understand each other.
Nice.
And I think that's what makes the culture so good for us. So yeah.
What we're learning is just Core is OP in general.
Support is OP.
And then you're coming on to a team where they're kind of going through like a rebuilding period, right? Gakkos is now starting, but then Quad and Moss are the two like now. I know you guys have made a lot of jokes about this because they've also joked where they're like old at like 22. So what's it been like coming on to like a whole new, like this is your first year, but also your first kind of like major professional team?
I'm not sure if you guys seen the Twitter post that Flyquest makes, but I mean that's kind of how it goes honestly on the daily. But I mean everyone's really welcoming. I'd say Moss is a very relatable person. I can talk to him about a lot of things, and I think Quad is just he's just a cute guy, you know. Quad is just he's just.
You guys look like you're just like constantly poking at him.
Yeah, he probably gets fed up with us, but I mean. Yeah, so Mossy and Griffin are my roommates, and I remember Mossy talking about this last week on Pros, but like legit, it'll be like 12 a.m. and I'll just hear Griffin screaming about something, and he's just like right next door to me, and I'm trying to sleep, or like I'll wake up in the morning and he's like already blasting music, and I'm like, dude, it's like 9 a.m. But I mean, everyone's really chill. I like everyone. Everyone's just really welcoming.
Nice, that's awesome to hear because I know like we had a lot of roster shakeups or like even 1 or 2 swaps. So it's always interesting to see how teams come together early. Is there a team that you feel like is better than people think?
I think Sentinels could be better than what they should. I think their jungler is annoying to play. It's like Omti, Sora. So it's annoying when they like cheese and stuff. Yeah. I think those teams are more annoying. They might be better than they show because sometimes in stage you play more like natural games and just like don't do the weird play. But I think sometimes those kind of teams are more annoying, especially if they reach playoffs. So I don't think they're bad, but I think people think they're worse, in my opinion.
Yeah, I also agree. I think Sentinels can be pretty good, but we've scrimmed them a lot actually, and honestly, they might be worse than what people think. To be honest, just from like our experience with them, I know that like a lot of times we scrim them like Jose said, the jungler is like really annoying, and then he does like pretty insane things. But I guess like that's just the other question about like a team that other people think could be better was
The other way.
yeah, the
Instead
other
of-
way. I'd say. I mean, I think DSG is actually not bad, honestly. Even though they have a pretty rookie team as well. I think they're with Kara coming, I think they'll be better for sure.
Nice.
I think Shopify can be pretty good.
Shopify can be better. What people think. Do you agree that Hambuk is apparently one of the most annoying junglers to
Yeah,
play
he's like a
against?
50-50 coin flipper. Like not like a coin flipper, but like he just does the weird stuff. It's like gotta always be on the lookout for him invading or like skipping camps, being behind you. Like stuff like that.
Nice. I'm gonna transition into like in-game stuff. There's been a lot of second Scuttle propaganda that we were joking around about with with C9 players. I have to ask each of you how important, because we have two junglers here, and then poor Cryogen holding it down for the bot lane. How important is that second Scuttle if it's on bot side?
You saw how important it was in game 1, no? I think it seems like you kind of just have to path top to bot Firma and just play for the upgraded smite, because I didn't have a smite for when he was invading blue buff after as well. I still had the downgraded smite, so it's a pretty big aspect of the game, honestly, nowadays. This past like week or so, ever since people popularized it, or Dom and C9 did.
Yeah, I think it relies sometimes on the RNG of the crab, because sometimes, let's say, what happened in their game, it was really, if he will spawn in top side and he will give it, it wouldn't be as bad if he spawned in bot.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't get the 6 and the smite upgrade.
Yeah.
So I think that's what happened, that it messed their game so much. So that's just the RNG of the crab. I don't think it's that important, because in our second game, we also give it. And I was like, sure, you want to push away, I'm out of here. So,
yeah,
but I wouldn't lose as much.
But you started topside instead, so I
that's why it
can't.
wasn't
But
that
I
bad.
can't actually invade your second buff after.
Yeah,
so
that's why I say it's not as bad.
it's like a little bit RNG on it, honestly. But I feel like it spawns bot like 90%.
I always feel like it spawns
I don't
bot.
know, it's always bottom lane.
Yeah, I mean that's the RNG. But I think if you get the bad luck of Contractz that game, then you get really destroyed. So that one is important.
Yeah.
Maybe mine wasn't that important, the second game. So.
What do you think? Is Griffin constantly like, guys?
Yeah, I mean, like, I think you constantly have to plan around it. I mean, I don't know. I actually don't know what happened. I don't know why it's so important now. Maybe the smite changes.
It's because junglers realize that at 5:30 you get a treat or an extra treat if you kill the camp after. So
yeah, and then I just know that like it's like perma contested all the time.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's pretty weird, but I mean, I used to have to plan around it. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, especially whoever wins the fight gets like a huge lead. But if you see the fight is bad, you can give it, but it feels bad if you're a jungler, for sure. Because mostly what happens if it is on bot, you lose crab and you lose dragon like
Instantly.
in scrims.
Yeah,
You always
simultaneously.
lose that one. I don't know if in stage they will be brave enough, but sometimes it happens. So yeah, it's just annoying to like be behind too, because there is nothing to take. There is no void grabs. Dragon is there too, so it's just RNG.
Do you kind of cross your fingers that it doesn't spawn bot side if you're not in a good spot, or what?
Yeah, I mean, you hope you just have a pretty big mid and bot prowl help you out,
I just imagine Griffin just looking down at you guys, being like, "Guys, gotta be prepared for that."
Yeah, he's perma. He's constantly calling for it. So
Yeah, for me it's the opposite. I see Quid, 10 mana and 50 HP pushing one wave. I'm like, okay, I guess it's another crab for the enemy jungler. What can you do?
It's good that you know, though, right?
Yeah, What
Gotta
can
cut
you
your
do?
losses. Yeah.
And then the other thing I wanted to ask, because I'm not sure if it varies between team. All pros I've talked to have differing opinions on it. I'll start with you, Cryogen. How much do you think separating side selection versus first pick, or like which is better to have, do you think?
I mean, I think having last pick on blue side is pretty OP, but I think we've. Is this even? I don't even know, but I think we've won a lot of our matches on blue side too. Actually, was it blue side? I don't know, but I don't think it's. I like the change of like getting to pick side and first pick. I don't really know, to be honest. I don't really have much of an opinion about it, but I think it's pretty good addition. I guess like one more thing I'd say is just it's just kind of weird seeing like first pick on red side. I guess I think it's just kind of weird, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, my brain is broken. Like it still just isn't trained. What do you guys think?
I mean, I don't know. I think like having first pick on red side is, of course, is weird. I don't know how people feel. I always like blue side more. I don't know why. I just the map feels better when I'm blue side, but mostly by how the pathing through bot is more easy and you're faster on certain champions. I think on red side the annoying part is you can do the invade on raptors through bot, and that's kind of annoying because of the little time you have. So when you have like spicy matchups on like the side selection or first pick, it doesn't change that much for me. I think I always like blue side more than first pick because I don't think last picking or first pick it changes that much in this patch, unless it's like you have a really OP champion that you want to first pick like Jace, but it's not like they cannot ban it. They will ban it most of the time. So I don't think it's necessarily that much of a change. Of course, it's weird when you're red side in your first pick. The first days, at least now, it's like more normal. It's the same as Fearless, sorta. It's just a change.
Yeah, I feel pretty similarly. I think like most people do enjoy playing on blue side more just because of how the map layout is. But yeah, when I'm watching like LCK or LPL or something, and I'm like trying to follow the drafts, I get so confused sometimes, and I'm just like, wait, oh, okay, they first picked on red side, and then I'm like, how did they get this champ? But yeah, I mean, it's just a change they have to get used to. I think it keeps it interesting.
Do you feel like because he covered a little bit of the pathing, but like, do you feel like because the people who like blue side more, or at least the players I've talked to, are all bot laners and supports. Like overwhelmingly blue side for whatever reason, like they're just like, I don't know, I load into the game, it just feels better. Do you have like a side that feels better, or does it more depend on like your champion choice?
Yeah, I mean, red side, it's a little bit more, like as Jose was saying, it's a little bit more challenging to play spicy matchups because the jungler has such faster impact to bot if he chooses to. If they have like a stronger jungler, you could do like the Raptor invade, or you can like 3-camp gank or something like that. And it's a lot easier to just play safer on blue side, I feel, as well as a bot lane. But in terms of like the actual map layout, I feel like blue side is a little bit better for Nash just because of the banana bush on top side. But other than that, not much.
Yeah.
Do you agree with the other bot laners?
Yeah, it just feels better, honestly.
Yeah, that's what, because again, like when I just load in, I'm like, oh, it just feels better. Like it feels correct in a way. I don't know.
I mean, my coach changed my perspective. He will say blue side is uphill and red side you're a downhill, so you're always going up on blue. That's why you win more.
Oh,
Good
interesting.
logic.
Yeah, I'll say I hate playing Jace on red side because I can't like aim my EQ as well. I don't know, it's weird. But on blue side, I can hit all of them.
Are you right-handed?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just because I'm also right. So they say like, are you all right-handed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we're all right-handed. So maybe that's it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like a
could be.
hand thing. Maybe if we were
Yeah,
left-handed, we would feel differently. I'll ask Knight the next time I see him. Going into this coming week, TL versus Sentinels up first. I'll start with you, Contractz. Who do you think is gonna win? As Jose is like staring over your shoulder.
I think Team Liquid is gonna win. Not sponsored, not biased.
Why?
So, I mean, I think they're just stronger all the way across the board. Laners, jungler, the whole shebang.
I mean, yeah, I think TL should be like a 2-0 for TL probably. I think TL just gaps in all 5 roles actually. So yeah.
Nice.
No pressure.
No
you.
pressure though. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's sort of the same. I think we only have to care of the handbag things. It's kind of like, I mean, I love playing always those junglers because those are the most challenging, at least on stage. So it makes you think more, at least. So yeah, I think also we had the Impact showdown with Liquid. So
Oh yeah,
funny.
Impact rematch.
so that one is interesting. I don't think we have anything else besides that.
Yeah, you got 2 grudge matches next week.
Yeah. And then DSG versus Lyon. 2 teams that we touched on DSG a little bit. Cryo, you touched upon them. I do want to talk about Lyon a little bit because I feel like in this matchup, at least according to community sentiment, we have a team that, we thought was going to look a little bit more cohesive than they are in Lyon, and then DSG, who are doing, I would say, like surprisingly well with a jungle substitute. So where do we think this match is going to go?
I mean, honestly, I think DSG is better than what people think. I don't think they're that bad, but I don't know how it's gonna change because they have their new jungler, no?
Kyra?
Kyra?
Yeah.
Next week. So I don't know if that's gonna be better or bad for them. I honestly think Lyon is a good team, but sometimes they like play weird. Like sometimes I feel like they're in different pages, and that's what I think they're missing the most because their mid laner is like very aggressive sometimes, and I think people punish him a lot. So I thought like they are very aggressive on their times that they have to be aggressive, but sometimes they're very too aggressive. So that's why they get punished a lot. But I do think they're a really good team. I don't know if they're gonna lose against these guys. I don't think they should. But I don't think it's a easy series. I think it will be a 2-1. So
Yeah, I think 2-1 Lion as well. I'm not sure if how DSG are going to do with the new the jungler finally coming in. I'm not sure they're going to do better or worse. But with what Jose said as well, I feel like Lion should be a pretty good team, but sometimes they are like sometimes I feel like they lose their minds a bit. Like in game, it feels like they actually lose their minds. Like I'm not too sure, but I think Lion should win. But yeah, I think DSG are better than what people actually put them to be.
Yeah, I think Lyon definitely will probably win, probably 2-0. I think we scrimmed versus DSG a lot with both junglers. But Cryo was on 100 ping, I believe, so
Yeah.
kind of like wasn't too good of data. So I mean, we'll just have to see. And I think that yeah, Lyon kind of plays with a little bit of ego when they like kind of overstep a lot. But I think if they just kind of are on the same page and they don't overstep when they're not ready to follow up on each other, I think it'll be fine.
So you're saying they should stay with Kisno?
Oh, no.
Based off the scrim data, yes. But like I said, I don't want to judge someone that's playing on 100 ping because that sounds like really borderline unplayable. So
Yeah, it does.
yeah.
I think a lot of people are looking at, in terms of Lion, like Inspired and Saint, and whether they can kind of get on the same page as like a mid jungle duo. How formidable can they be if? Because you already mentioned, Jose, how it seems like one of them will kind of over-aggress ahead of the rest of the team. How formidable of a unit do you think can they be if they are on the same page?
I'm not sure, actually, because sometimes you gotta see how players connect with each other. I think when you have two players that are over-aggressive, maybe none of them want to like give their lead, and they want to play for each other. So I think it depends on how they like connect as a team. I don't think that's like up to players. Even if you put like, I don't know, sometimes you can say, I don't know, what if Chovy and Canyon was the best duo? Yeah, but then maybe they lose to Faker Owner that they play different, you know, because they match better. It's just like individually they sound better, but maybe as a duo doesn't sound as good, you know. So it just depends how they adapt. So
Nice. Next up, Dignitas versus Shopify.
The Gulag match.
I'll go to you two first. I'll start with Jose.
I mean, I honestly think Shopify should win. I think for me, in my opinion, I think they should be the worst team. In my opinion, I think they should win, but I don't know how confident they feel. So,
Yeah, I think Shopify should win too. No pressure, but
Giving me some confidence, no pressure involved.
don't get eliminated here, you know?
Yeah, that would be a bad way to lose. Start the season.
The grudge match too, you know?
Yeah,
you
the
gotta
grudge
Yeah,
match,
the
man.
Palafox
You
grudge
would
ma-
he would
grudge
carry that
match.
one to the end of the year, no doubt. He wouldn't let it go.
Yeah, I mean, I think Shopify is on paper a better team for sure. I mean, honestly, I don't even think like on paper, I don't even think Dig is like sounds like
wait, actually,
Not
now
bad,
that I think
yeah.
about it, they changed to players, no?
Yeah,
Yeah,
So
ignore zero.
maybe
FBI. And
maybe they're
Ignore.
not bad now.
It's actually
Maybe
really
they
funny
improve.
because we scrimmed them like 3 times this week.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
yeah. So we got a lot of
Oh, nice.
information
So
on
you
each
have some
other.
data.
Yeah,
Yeah, honestly, on paper, like with their like full roster, I don't even think that they sound like that bad, honestly.
Yeah, I changed my mind. I screamed the last dig. I didn't scream the new one, so I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
not
I don't
even
know.
sure.
I
now.
don't have data on
Okay.
them either, so
I'm missing data here.
yeah.
What do you think? I guess we kind of already covered this, but what do you think the biggest thing is that your team needs to work on in order to win next week?
I think really just being on the same page in terms of when we're going to be pressuring and what waves we're playing on. There's just a big disconnect on what waves we're going to play strong on from, mid jungle to bot. And we lose a lot of pressure that way. Like maybe we lose a flash, maybe we lose an ult, and now we have to wait another 50 seconds to a minute to have a strong timer. Just really honing down on those small vision timers and pressure timers, I think is going to be important.
And then C9 versus Flyquest, our only two undefeated teams. We'll continue the tradition of starting with the two people who are not on that team first. So Contractz, you go. Who's gonna take that?
Probably C9. I'd have to say probably 2-1 C9. I think Flyquest could definitely put up a fight for sure. I think it'll just come down to the DraftKings think guard, honestly. Think guard will have to have a good day.
Yeah, I feel the same. No offense, but I think C9.
You have to tell me.
Yeah, no offense. I mean, on paper it sounds like C9 should win. I don't think Fly is a bad team because they play aggressive too. So it's very similar styles actually. I think whoever is on the best shape that day is gonna probably take the win. So I think 2-1 for whoever wins, but it's my opinion C9. So
yeah, I think that's a general consensus. Is C9. I mean, it's pretty fair. I think C9 is probably one of the best teams right now. But I think we can win. It's definitely not unbeatable for sure. And I think, like Jose said, it just depends on who shows up that day.
What do you think you have to do as a team to show up better on the day?
On stage we get a bit excited, so maybe just be a bit more calm. I remember our first match against them, we were actually we all had adrenaline crashes afterwards, and we just felt like complete crap. But I don't know, just be more disciplined, and then I think we can win. Yeah.
What do you think the most challenging thing is, or not even what are you worried about, but what do you think it is that C9 does best that's going to be more make them difficult to face?
Honestly, I think it's just their experience together. I think they've been together for a while, so they're probably the most connected team in terms of what they want to do together. So I guess that would probably be the most challenging. Is they all know what they want to do. So they're pretty aggressive too. So, but I think they're not unbeatable, but it should be really fun for sure.
Nice. Well, best of luck to all of you next week. Thank you so much for taking the time after your games. Specific shout out to Cryogen who hung out since his game earlier today. Thank you for watching Pros on YouTube or listening on Spotify, Apple Music, or wherever you get your podcasts. We'll see you next Saturday for some more LCS. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.